welcome back to my channel. And today we are doing part 2 of my 2-part series color long of my page that I created and is up on my Ko-fi shop, so for free to download. If you missed part 1, I suggest going and watching part 1 where we did all of this marker work with the Ohuhu Pastel Markers. And now we're going to be bringing in colored pencil for shading, and we're really going to see this come to life. I really do like the colors that I chose, very whimsical, and I want to just darken the edges and blend so that it makes the picture pop even more. So today with me, I've got my beloved Arrtx Colored pencils. I love these pencils. Prismacolor is probably my first favorite, but I thought we would, because these hold a nice sharp point, I thought I would pick these, and they've got a beautiful range of colors. That's the other thing I really like about these Arrtx Colored pencils, and they blend, they shade, they do everything. So I've got those with me, and I've got my color chart swatch book so I can reference all of my Arrtx colored pencils to see which. So you'll watch my process as I go through to figure out what pencils to pick for my picture. Okay, so I thought we would start with the sky. So we've got this beautiful pastel blue sky. So we're going to check my blues out. And we're just going to, actually we're going to do a darker up here, fading down to lighter. So I usually like to pick 3 colors. Let's try the manganese blue, the light cerulean, and maybe the cobalt teal, although that's a very different color, isn't it? Manganese blue, deep sky blue, and cobalt teal. Those are the 3 we're gonna do. Okay, so manganese blue, deep sky blue. Where are you? Yep, deep sky blue, and then the cobalt teal. So these are my 3 colors I'll be using today. We're going to start with the sky, and I've got my little Walmart sharpener. Actually, is that one? No, I'm going to do a little bit. I like to have a really nice sharp point, so we're going to just quickly sharpen. Sorry for the noise. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm going to take my darker color and I'm just going to lightly shade that top section. You can see I'm keeping my hand back a little further from the pencil. That way I'm not using, I'm very heavy-handed colorist. So I've had to train myself to keep my pencil back a ways so that it's a light pressure. Don't want a really hard pressure right out of the gate, because we're just going to kind of build up some color. All right, next we're going to go in with our medium purple, which is deep sky blue. Medium purple, oh my god, medium blue, which is deep sky blue. And again, we're just going to go over the first layer we put on of the dark blue and kind of fade down. And that's how you kind of blend the 2 together. All right, now we're going to come in with our lightest color, which is cobalt teal blue. And again, we're going to go and just lightly fade. And every time we go over the first two, it does kind of deepen them a little bit. And it pushes those colored pencils into the fiber of the paper. So it gets a little more less grainy looking, more smoother with every pass of the pencil. Okay, and we're coming in with our dark color again. Just really deepen that dark area. So now my finger's a little closer to the tip of the pencil because I'm using a harder pressure. I usually like to do 2 layers of each color to make sure the color's really deep enough. With our medium purple, the deep sky blue. Again, I'm coming in a little bit tighter, but still fading out, like lighter pressure as I fade out. And then the lightest color. Again. Use my little brush. And what do we think? I kind of like the way that gradiates down. So with colored pencils, where we've already put the alcohol marker down, you don't have to color the whole thing. We're just darkening up the edges to make a contrast. So the eye looks like it's going darker. But I really like that. Okay, so now let's put our blue pencils back and we will see what we're going to do for the peach color. So let me get my swatch book out and look at my peaches. So I've got these peaches. Do I want to bring in any pinks? I kind of like that blush pink because that's almost a peachy color. So I think we're going to use that. And maybe we do want to bring in a pink to echo from the pink mountains. So let's bring in pink, blush pink, and peach puff. I really like that name, peach puff. Okay, so pink, blush pink, and peach puff. Is this pink? Nope. Where's pink? Where's pink? All right, pink, blush pink, and peach puff. Okay, so there's my 3 colors, which all look very pink instead of peachy colors. But my swatch says they're more peachy, so we're going to go with it. All right, so we're going to start with the darkest color, which is just my pink. And we're going to just come into, oh, you know what? I'm going to pause you guys while I sharpen. Okay, got my pencils sharpened. Okay, so we're going to come in with our pink, which is a very soft pink. And just go into the valleys here. This is still the sky, but it probably is picking up some of the pink hues from the mountains. So we're gonna blend with that. Oh, and then right here. And then our next color is blush pink. We're going to just blend out from that. You don't have to worry about where your light source is coming from and where the shadows are. I usually just always go to the corners, wherever the corners are of the section I'm coloring. That's where I tend to go and just put a darker and then fade out to lighter. Don't have to be real picky. All right, now my lightest color is blush pink. And then I'm literally just fading it into the rest of the color and smudging it over the other colors. All right, now we can work on the sun. Let's see. Let's see, what colors do I want to use for the sun? I might keep some of these pinks out because I might be using them again. So I want to do that more orangey. So I'm going to go to my oranges. I'm going to do orange. Carmine's too dark. I'm going to do orange and seashell. No, yellow orange. That's what we're going to do. Orange and yellow orange. Although that's kind of carmine-y red. Okay. Let's do the carmine red. And then we'll fade it out to pink and see what that does. Okay. So I need my carmine red. Let me see, I suppose I could put it into the light so I can see what I'm doing. Where is my right there. Okay, here's my carmine. And I'm going to pause you guys again. Okay, so carmine red. Then I'm going to use my blush pink to just kind of fade. Because it's a small space, I'm only going to use 2 colors. Okay, that's looking good so far. All right, now we got to come down into the orange. So let me grab my orange. I'm going to come into the and then let's see, let's try light peach. Yeah, I like the way that looks. That blends good. So orange and light peach for this section of the sun. And then for this yellow, I want a darker yellow fade out to the lighter yellow. So let's look here. I'm pretty sure I want to use canary yellow. And then maybe yellowed orange. Let's try those two. Canary, yellow, and yellowed orange right here. Okay. And then canary yellow. There, I like that. I'm going to take some of this canary yellow and I'm going to come up here and give this a little bit of a glow. Same thing here. I'm going to give that a little bit of a glow. Coming from the sun. Yeah, kind of liking how that's looking right now. Since we've got the canary yellow, I'm going to come down here too. See the sun touching the top of this rooftop. All right, now we're going to work with the pink of the clouds, but I want a different pink. I want like a violet pink or violet red. Let's see what we've got. We've got mulberry, we've got orchid. Even that Mayan violet's really pretty. Ooh, look at rose red. Okay, so will rose red work? Well, that's too pinky. Definitely the mulberry and the Mayan violet and maybe the Baker Miller pink. Okay, let me move these guys over here. Baker Miller pink, mulberry, and the Mayan violet, which I think I have in another section. Right there. Okay. So this is my darkest color. That feels a little wobbly. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to come down here, start down here first at the base of the mountains, and just lightly go around the trees, just marking where I want my darkest color to be. Okay, and then I'm going to come up with my mulberry. And then my Baker Miller pink. Again, we'll start with the dark, which is Mayan violet. And the mulberry. That's not too bad. Kind of takes those lines out a little bit, which is good. Okay, my dark color. Wait, is this? Nope. Like how that looks. Okay, now we're going to go to these and we'll still do the same thing, but we're not going to go as far up. So I'm just going to start down here with my darkest color, just peeking through the middle of the trees. My next color. And my lightest color. And we come in with an even lighter pink. We're going to use this peach puff and really blend it out so it doesn't take too much of that light pink away. And I'll bring that in and use it as a blender. You can always use a lighter color to blend shades with to get those lines out, or a white pencil, which I like to use a white Prismacolor. I don't have one up here right now. That always works too, but be careful with the white Prismacolor because it's very opaque. But you could easily rub it over the darker parts and it would just kind of blend it. Blend it all together. Okay, now we're going to come in with a dark color again. So this still takes time, obviously, like to get, but it's worth it if you can get those really dark colors down in the corners and fade out to a lighter color. I think it does make a difference. And you do, even though we've laid down a base of alcohol marker, you still have to put a couple of layers on, but it's not like it would be if we were starting from white. you need to do lots and lots and lots of layers, and it would take a really long time. So this still really is technically a quicker process. All right, I like the way that looks. Now we're going to come over to this side. Okay, so we've got the sky, the sun, the mountains done. Now I think we'll come down into these trees. Now these trees are kind of a tealy green. So let's see what we've got in the teal green. We've got parrot green, ocean green. Do we have a light teal? Oh, we got light aqua, which that might work. All right, so light aqua, parrot, and ocean. Light aqua, parrot, and ocean. Okay. Start with our darkest color. Pause you again, sorry. Okay. So our darkest color is ocean green. We're going to come way down here in this area and fade up. Middle green is parrot green, or middle teal color, I should say. We're going to come up. And then our lightest teal. And then maybe I want to come in with my canary yellow again and do just the tips on this side because the sun is kind of shining. Maybe right here too, a little bit of the sun peeking through. And here. On this side, I like that. We're going to take our dark color and go into these little crevices real lightly. And our middle color. And our lightest color. Blend that all in. All right. Let's see, we're going to just do a middle color here because by this section up probably isn't real dark. And then we'll use the light. Maybe a little bit dark right in the crevices. There. You can notice the difference from this side to this side, how it kind of smooths in any blemishes, and you can see that nice gradient. Just makes it look like shadowy down in the bottom where it would be if this was a real forest. Not that it is real, because these colors are very cartoony. I just think it makes a page pop a little bit better if you have some dark shades, some medium shades, and some lighter shades. And maybe we want to bring in a little bit of canary yellow just at the very peaks. All right, we got the forest part done. Now we'll focus on these trees here. So let me pull out my swatch book. And this is kind of a more muted green. So let's see what we've got. We've got asparagus. These are really dark. Ooh, look at that turquoise gray. That's pretty cool. All right, I think I want this for my lightest color. So turquoise gray, asparagus, although the dark teal looks really cool too. Nope, we're not going to do a teal color. Okay, we are going to go with the turquoise gray. Then we're going to pick olive green and asparagus green. Okay, those are my colors. Asparagus, where are you? I love the names of these pencils too. They're so funny. Okay, there's olive green. Is this asparagus? Yep, asparagus. And then we need them right here, turquoise gray. All right, so these are our three colors. We'll start with this tree here, go in with our darkest color first. I always like to do darker color fade to lighter color. That's just the way I've always done it. But some people I know like to do their lightest color first and then fade into dark. So whatever you feel most comfortable doing, we want to get underneath the snow because I'm sure there's some shadows under there. And this side I'm sure is darker because we've got the light hitting from that direction. And underneath here would be dark. Doubt there would be much light coming from this direction. Okay, now we're going to come in with our second color, which is asparagus. I'm going to go right over and then fade out. And then our lightest green, which is the turquoise gray, we're going to come right down the middle with. So because these colors are very close together, I think I am going to find an even darker color. How about dark green? Let's try dark green to come up under here and just darken those shadow areas even more. Sometimes it's hard to tell how colors are going to work together until you actually get them on a page. So sometimes you need to bring in some other colors, which is fine. That's the fun of it, experimenting. This is asparagus, my middle color, just to blend out a little bit. There. All right, there's that tree. Now we're going to come down to this tree. I think we will start with that dark green and lightly just go in around the snow and the Christmas lights. We're going to pretend the lights are turned off. I'm not going to do a glow from the lights. But I will go in and do like a little shadow on one side. Oops, can you see? Forget that I'm getting out of frame a little bit. All right, next color is this asparagus. So I guess actually we're skipping, what was this one? Dark green, olive. We're gonna skip olive and go right to asparagus. And this I'm just going to, I'm gonna leave out the muted turquoise too because that doesn't really blend that well. So we're just gonna go in and kind of blend it lightly into the marker color. Now I'm kind of rushing through this because I want to get this whole page done in a timely manner, but if you need to take your time and really work on your blending, and by all means do so. Don't feel like you have to keep up. You can always pause and do your little tree and then come back for the next section. I kind of just want to get this colored so you can kind of see the depth and the shadows and the light parts. And I'm not going to touch the snow. I think the snow looks great the way it is with the marker coloring. There, I like that tree. I really like how it contrasts from the dark to the light. Probably should have done that with that one, but that's all right. That is a little further in the distance. So, all right, now we're going to go over to this tree here. Let me just pause you so I can sharpen. All right. So dark color again. You guys can see that okay. there's the two trees. I think next we'll do the Christmas lights. So I'm gonna want a dark blue, a darker yellow, and like, ooh, we could use that carmine red again. I think that will work. Actually, maybe one even darker red. Okay, let's see. Maybe like a crimson lake. Let's see for the yellow orange. And for the blue, we could use the true blue, which, do I have that out? No. Maybe true blue, yellow orange, and crimson lake. Do I already have yellow orange out? Yes, I do. Okay. Crimson lake and true blue. Right there. It's hard for me to read the names of that silver. Okay. Start with the red here. Just gonna go to one side. Now we'll do the blue. And the yellow. All right, so we got the trees all done. Now we get to focus on the cabin. I think while I have my yellow orange in my hand, I'm gonna work in the windows. So what I want to do is just start on one side so it looks like there's a light source maybe in the corner of the window, and then lightly come across. And then I'm going to take my canary yellow and just blend it even more so it lightens even more, and then fades to the light. And we'll do the same down here. We're going to pretend there's like a lamp sitting right here, and it's casting a glow to the rest of the room. So it'd be sitting like on a table in between the two windows, and it's going to just cast a glow from there forward. Like that. Yeah, see how just that little bit of touch to the window makes a huge difference. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I got interrupted. Okay, so what was I talking about? Yeah, I like how that light source is coming through the window. Just kind of gives it a little glow effect. Okay, let's do fire. We're gonna have to do different colors. So let's do the roof next, and that, the chimney. Let's see what colors we want to use for that. Oh, probably Van Dyke Brown. No, warm gray, even though that looks like a cool gray. Let's go with 70% warm gray. Right there. And we're just going to go up under the edges and fade out. Light pressure. And we have a cool gray. We do have a 10% cool gray. Let's try that just for blending. Yeah, that works. All right, and then we'll just come down here on the stones and just darken up underneath just a tad. I like to be able to see those spots. And actually, well, I was going to say I could always do, oh yeah, it does work. Put some spots in with my colored pencil as well to give it little dark spots. There. All right. Oh, you know what else? I'm going to make this dark right underneath here because I forgot to color that. And then this smoke, I'm going to just make little lines. So it looks like smoke, maybe some dark smoke at the base, and it's coming out of the chimney. So it looks like smoke, like that. Oh, let's do the brown for the wood. Let's see. I think I'm going to do 2 different brown colors. Maybe sienna brown and dark brown, right? I think that would look good. Sienna brown and dark brown. Yep. Sienna brown and where's dark brown? That's sepia. There's dark brown. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit of dark brown up here because it would be dark right under the roof edge. And fade down with sienna brown. And then we're going to come right down the edge of the roof. Make that shadow there. And then we're also going to come up under, pretend they're like wooden slats. So it would be darker at the top and then fade down. I like how it's looking. It looks more, even more like kind of a log cabin or something. I like the way the shading really makes it look 3D. Not so flat looking. All right. Let's see. I want to do different color for that wood, and I'm feeling kind of like an orangey brown, but I don't know what I've got for an orangey brown. I don't think I've got one. Do have antique brass. Oh, burnt ochre. There we go. That's what I was thinking. Okay, burnt ochre and sienna brown, and see what those two do. Okay, burnt ochre. Yes, look how small my burnt ochre is. I was like, I know there's another brown I always like to use. It has more orangey, warmer tones. Actually, maybe that's all we need. Let me bring in a little orange on top. Is this orange? No, yellowed orange. Just to see what that would do. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, now for the door. The door and the stumps. Actually, the stumps, I'm going to do these same two colors. See if you can see. So I'm just going to go around the bottom and like flick up. This is my burnt ochre again. Just a light layer of the yellow orange. And then when we go to the top, I'm just going to go this way forward, away from the fire, and then forward. And then where's my canary yellow? Just for like the tips where the fire would show. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit of yellow around here to show that the fire glow is reaching a little bit beyond. There. There. Okay. Now what do we want to work on? Okay, the door and the windowsill here, which I feel like maybe that I could use the antique brass. That's what I'm using. Antique brass. antique brass. Oh yes, I like that. And then let's just make some lines so it looks like the door is wooden. There. Okay, and then I'm going to come under here. And then we're just going to darken right there, and maybe right under the snow. All right, now all we've got left is the chimney. Oh, I got to do those greens. Oh shoot, what color green should I do that? I'm thinking grass green. This is a pretty good bright green color. Yes, I like that. And maybe up under the snow. Look how short this one is too. You can tell I like this green a lot. I use this one a lot. Yeah, I like that too. All right, the fire. Let's do the fire next. I want a good neon type. That fluorescent's too light. Let me look at the oranges. Maybe poppy red and orange. I think I've already got orange out. Yep. And poppy red. Yep. All right. So we're going to do poppy red in the middle and fade it out. And then we're just going to use our orange. This is orange, right? Yep. And fade it even more. So it's darker in the center and then gradually gets lighter as it fades out. I'm going to take the same orange and just kind of come in here on the edges and in the middle. Maybe. And we got to make sure we don't forget about the little flames, the embers coming off. There's that. And now, oh yeah, I forgot about the walkway. We need to do something with the walkway. What are we going to do? Burnt umber. I'm going to come in with some burnt umber and just give it a little bit of texture. Maybe make it look like there's little divots in the pathway. There. That doesn't look so bad. I'm going to come in with the same burnt umber and we're going to go up to the chimney. We're just going to make it look like it's darker at the bottom and fade up to light. There. I think we're done. Oh, and then I'll put you guys on pause for a minute and I'm going to go grab my favorite white jelly roll and we'll put some highlights in. So hold on just a minute. Okay, so my favorite white jelly roll is the jelly roll number 10. They have, just means that the nib is a little thicker so the ink flows a little easier. It used to be an 8. I didn't know they had a 10. I used to use the jelly roll number 8 all the time, but now this one is my favorite. So look for the 10. I usually clean the tip off. And then I found with highlights, it's better if you go and put dots in the darker spaces, because then it makes it pop even more. So like up in the sky, let's start with up in the sky. It'd be good to do some larger dots and then some smaller dots. You just make a big circle and then you fan out and you just kind of randomly stick it wherever you want. But I like to do them in clusters. I feel like that looks better than just going like all over the page. Maybe we'll put one down here. So I always do like a big one and then fan out to some little dots. Same thing down here where it's darker. We're just going to add a touch of whimsy. Doesn't need to make a rhyme or reason. It literally just, again, is all about contrast. And I think it looks good. And you can go into the snow and put in some white dots too to make the snow glisten even more. Go along the edges of the black lines if you want. I'm going to make it look like it's glistening from the sun. And then you can also do like lines in a dot and lines in a dot. We'll do another line right there, one right there. It is very random. I just literally, if I feel like putting in some dots, I do it. There's no rhyme or reason to where I put them. But in the snow, it really looks good. And you could even like white out that black line to really make it look like snow too. We're going to come down here to this dark area. I'm just going to put some in. Oh yeah, and we want to put a little bit of white on all of our Christmas lights here to show that they shine. Put in some more dots. And then these, I'm going to put like a little line on them. The hardest part is to not smudge it with your hand before it dries. Put some more dots around the stones. Oh yeah, we gotta have some lines in the fire with like embers going up into the air. But yeah, you could really get carried away with all these dots. But it is fun. I think it's so much fun to add highlights, and it just makes the page pop even more. Sometimes you can put lines in the windows. They show up. So yeah, let's put some down here with the, it might be glistening from some snowfall on the little path. There. All right, guys. That is it. That is our completed page from start to finish. I think it came out great. If you have not watched the first color along video where we did the whole marker base using our Ohuhu Pastel Markers, I really suggest you do that and then come back for this one and put on all the colored pencil. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.